People have asked me, what was the menopause like? Well, I sailed through that. You do realise that you were like a screaming, crying, shouting, sweating mess.
Hello, I'm Jo Good, and this is the SheerLuxe panel, the gold edition dedicated to our wonderful gold viewers. We've got some really fun chats coming up. We are covering female friendships, well-being tips and tricks, how to garner confidence, and things that we are loving, and much more. But first of all, let me introduce you to my wonderful, wonderful guest. Makeup artist Ruby Hammer, nutritionist and contributing wellness editor for SheerLuxe, Lucy Miller, and judge on Glow Up and makeup artist, the wonderful Val Garland. Welcome, girls.
Thank you.
Do I look a bit like Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek?
No, I think you look gorgeous.
Ruby, there is research that's just come out to say that, and they researched 300,000 people, and they found that having strong social connections, such as friends, family and colleagues, is associated with a 50% greater chance of survival. So think of that, but also, specifically for women, a study from Harvard showed that women who were more socially integrated around the age of 60, that is, having a large network of friends, were more likely to age to 85 or beyond. So, female friendship, how important is it?
It is a lifeline, it's survival. So for me, family is paramount. I've now lost my mum, so I haven't got that female friend. I considered her my mum, but also one of my bestest friends. My husband is a dear, 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 and he considers me his best friend, and he is my friend. But to have gone through divorce or to go through life, you need somebody else of the same sex to actually understand biologically, hormonally, just the things we've got about what gives us confidence and what doesn't. On the whole, women are very supportive unless somebody is out there to think, oh, I don't like the look of her, or she looks too good, I'm going to do something.
Yeah, so it's interesting. And Lucy, you know, as you get older, I used to call it Tipp-Ex out some friends, you know, and bring in new ones, or are you, Val's nodding, are you loyal? Have you kept all your friends, like school friends, you kept them with you?
I think I'm somebody who's really kept up friendships really, really well. But it's funny you should bring this up, because about 2 weeks ago, I was saying to my mother-in-law, who loves Val, I was talking to my mother-in-law, and I was saying that it's so hard to keep up with your friends. I've recently moved from London to Bath, and so a lot of my friends are here, and so you have to make more of an effort. You're not necessarily seeing them for a coffee or for a dog walk. Like, you've got to make an effort. So she was saying to me, like, at your age, darling, you go through a sea change, and you definitely let certain friends go. And so you've got to look at who makes you feel good, who makes you feel really good about yourself, and it's not an effort, and you really want to, you know, make the effort to see them, and it's not just a quick coffee or grab a drink. It's an effort. And so I think because I've moved quite a few times, and in each of those stages, I've definitely had to Tipp-Ex out a few.
I think that's so interesting. Val, you were nodding. I mean, you work in a very, very sociable, you know, and also you work with nerves. It's like actors. You become friends in minutes because all the adrenaline is going. You can't carry those people with you forever, can you?
No. And I still have my friend from school, Lisa Lockett, and we've known we've known each other since we were 11. Wow. And, you know, I've lived in different parts of the world, and like we've not sort of seen each other for years, but we've always come together. And I've got a friend in Australia who I probably see about once every 5 years. But then I have had friends. I've got 2 friends that I've Tipp-Exed out that I knew for like about 25 years. And then I'm one of those people that if you've crossed me, we're done. Chance. We're done, you know. I will give you a second chance. But if I think that you're not genuine, the door is closed. And that has happened with a couple of friends. And I have to say that I feel so much better for it because a weight has been lifted. The anxiety of like, will I be okay with that person? And I'm like, you can't be like that. You know?
Would you ever, Lucy, throw a party and just chuck every friend you have in that room and see what happens?
I have done. And it's funny actually, because I'm about to turn 50 and I've been thinking, oh, shall I do a party? And shall I chuck everyone that's the same, it's not the same, everybody's very different, into the same room? And I don't think I'm going to, because I feel like there's so many friends from different parts of my life that I want to see and be with and spend time with them. And I don't necessarily want to do a party where a lot of them don't know each other, and so it's bringing a lot of people together that don't have things in common. Or I just think the smaller groups from different parts of my life would be a nicer way to bring people together, to see me.
So just finally, I'm a Celebrity's just started. I'm single, I don't have children, and I always think, not that I've ever been asked to go in, but if I was, who would be waiting at the other side of the bridge?
Yes.
Who the hell would be there? It'd be my dog. Probably. Who would be waiting for
that'd
you?
be a lovely one to see that.
No one else has had their dog
No,
waiting.
it's
She
fine.
probably wouldn't. She's a bulldog. She'd probably think, no, I've got busy, better things to do. Who would be waiting for you?
I think, first of all, I would ask my partner.
You would?
I'd ask Glenn, because I think, you know, it's filmed in Australia. I used to live in Australia. And yes, I think he would have a very nice month, because the partners go there for a month.
Yeah, get a tan.
And, and they just hang out. And so that would be good. But if he decided that he didn't want to do it, then I would ask my very best friend, Maureen, we call her Magic Mo, I would ask her, because she's an Aussie and that's where I met her. And that would be lovely.
I love that. Ruby,
I think it probably would be my husband.
well said. He's watching.
But not because of anything, but actually that bit of, you know, if I'm booted out or I manage to make it to the end, that's who I want to share that with. So
How nice. You've got it all planned. Lucy?
I was thinking I was going to say my husband, and then I thought, well, he'll probably be too busy, so different time zone, you know. It probably would be my husband, but if not, my kids, yeah.
Let's move on. It is party season, soon to be upon us. At the age we are at the moment, we're probably a bit more measured, but it's nice to think of what we could do for our own well-being. And I think when I was younger, I didn't even think about my well-being. I just thought I was immortal, actually. So I never took a supplement. I would smoke, drink, fall over, go to bed and sleep in my makeup. Now I've become a little bit more sensible. And I don't know if you saw, we went behind the scenes at QVC. I don't know if you watched it at all. It's there to be seen, everybody. We urge you to see it. Because it was like, you know, The Wizard of Oz, when you go behind to see the engine of the whole place. And I learned so much about QVC. I've always loved QVC. It was my guilty pleasure. I shouldn't be guilty, but it was my guilty pleasure. It almost ruined my first marriage because I never turned it off. It was always on. But it's so interesting because for me, they were, and I really believe this, the first influencers, the presenters. And we were talking to Pippa, who started the same radio station as me. She has a connection, as do all the women and the men that work on QVC, the presenters. They have a connection with their audience, like today's influencers. They are trusted in what they recommend. Also, you realise that QVC, to get onto QVC, products have to jump so many hurdles, you know? So basically, what you're seeing has gone through so many different chapters to actually get on screen that you trust them, or I trust them anyway. And I found out loads about QVC, and they have a wellbeing platform, which I know you've had a look at. And I would love to know, from that wellbeing platform, which is immense and vast, Val, first of all, what product would you choose for your well-being for this festive season?
For me, I'm all about smells, aromas. And in my home decor, you know, I like candles, and I, at the moment, absolutely love the Neom diffuser. It's so fantastic. And, you know, I collect lots of vases and things, and the diffuser looks like this sort of like cheetah print. It's just looks like a beautiful vase that you would just sort of like have on a shelf, and it changes colours, and you can put lots of different aromas inside it, and it just does what it says on the tin. It's beautiful, and you get this wonderful smell in your home.
Do you judge a home by its smell? I do.
Yes.
Yeah. The moment you open the front door.
Yeah, which must be quite interesting if you have animals.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Yes.
nobody likes the smell of damp dog.
No.
You know.
Not
Don't
in our
visit me
country.
till summer. That's true.
Sometimes.
So the neon diffuser, Ruby.
So I think I love the Zuki vitamin C, because to me that's like a building block for then I might supplement other things on there, but that will help my collagen, the immune in the gut, if I get a cold or something like that. So that's my first stable, because then you can drink if you haven't drunk enough water, but I think I've taken my vitamin C though.
Also, I'd never heard of Zuki before until I'd gone on to QVC. We've got a nutritionist here. Zuki, good brand?
Yeah, I mean, people love it because it's the little sachets, super convenient.
Yep.
You can just munch through it. You can have it in your bag.
That's it. And
So it's good because a lot of people forget to take
I
supplements.
can't do it
don't
from the tube like that.
Yeah.
I put it in a little bit of water and then just have it down. And I feel really sort of holier than thou.
Like you're doing
I've done it, yeah.
I think it's something good.
I'd be fascinated to know. What have you chosen, Lucy?
Well, I loved the Wellbeing Hub for QVC. I really was really, really impressed by it because it's somewhere to go for everything. You've got your skincare, you've got lots of lovely, cozy blankets and homewares. It was brilliant. And then I saw some of my favourite brands on there. So I love the Ancient and Brave True Collagen.
Yeah.
It is so good. It took me years to try collagen because I love supplements, but I can't try and take everything because, I'd be a walking pill box. But collagen for me, I thought, shall I take it, shall I not? And I tried Ancient and Brave True Collagen, and it is brilliant. So I thought that I was taking it for my skin, but it's really changed my hair, and I really noticed that I don't have joint pain. Because the True Collagen is a bovine collagen, which means it's also got, type 1 and type 3 in it. And type 3 is for your joints and for your gut. So it's not just for your skin.
Do you take it, Val?
No.
Do you know, I was just thinking, I mean, I'm older than all of you. We didn't have any supplements, We are so lucky now. We just didn't. At the most, you'd have a multivitamin pill, maybe from...
Yes.
But that was it.
Or some castor oil.
Or some castor oil.
Castor oil every
calamine
day.
lotion.
Calamine lotion.
It was a bit of a dodgy old childhood.
Yeah.
But we're so lucky
But
now, aren't
the
we?
thing is,
We
though, that level of choice can also be overwhelming. So
Yes.
it's quite nice to have QVC that is all that... See, one is their buying power because they have kudos in the industry. So they can buy from... People are clamouring to get on there. They can buy, they can source, they can give a preferential price, but also you can sit there calmly, so you're not rushing and being bullied into something. Look through what suits you, what works for you now, doesn't, you've never tried collagen, but I know we lose it from the age of 30 or 25 onwards, so we should have it for other bits, but I don't know which one, so I can sit through, look at them, read the reviews, take your time, and then, boom.
And also on the QVC site, there's the Menopause Hub. And one of the brilliant products in there is M-Powder. So that was specifically created by Rebecca Brown, who hit menopause and was floored by it. And she was a researcher, and so she spent all this time researching the best ingredients for perimenopause, menopause, mood, all the symptoms that come with that stage. And she created M-Powder, which is supplements that are on the QVC site, which are for perimenopause, menopause. Because a lot of these products, you've got to look at the packaging, look at the ingredients. But with the QVC, they've done a really, really good edit.
And you were saying it's great because they have little videos, so you can sit and watch.
The videos are brilliant, because where else do you go where you can, look at supplements and buy supplements and have a video that you've got an explanation of what it's all about. So you can click on to the Corexico collagen, and then you can just see a video on what is it, why would you take it, what's it about, why is this one so particularly good. So it's great that you've got the little videos, some education there as well.
Again, for our generation, we had nothing. We whispered it, didn't we?
Yes, I mean, it was it was the silent subject. Yes. It didn't exist. You know, it was just, it was never talked about. And it's, even as much as kind of like 5-7 years ago, it was still a taboo subject.
You've got to think, it was a taboo subject in society. It's not something, you know. And then you've got to think, I don't know about you, Lucy, but for me and Val, to be our working industries, on average, we are older, we don't look it or whatever, but the group, whether it's the model, the photographer, on average, they were a lot younger. So when you were going through it, what are you going to do? Chat to those people that have got no bloody clue? You know, we hold our own because of our experience and our skills or our creativity or whatever. But we're still human beings that in your group of people, it wasn't something, you wouldn't just bring it up, would you? With your lovely this model or that hairdresser or this art director who's, you know, you wouldn't. Yeah, and so now we are liberated in a funny way, but there's still a long way to go.
People have asked me, you know, what was the menopause like? And I always say, well, I sailed through that. You know, I didn't have HRT, I just sailed through it. And then I was talking to Magic Mo about this, and she said, you do realise that you were like a screaming, crying, shouting, sweating mess. And I'm like, well, was I?
Now there's a friend.
And there's a friend, yes, exactly.
Just to go back, Val, on something you were talking about, which is like when you come through the quagmire that is the menopause, you end up with this amazing confidence, and you have, and probably all of us sitting on this sofa have it, otherwise we wouldn't be sitting here. But I love social media, and I have a YouTube channel which I post every week, and most of the comments are from women my age, even younger, probably 50 to 70-year-olds, saying, I wish I could wear what you wear, I wish I could do what you do. I try and answer all of them, and I usually ask, what happened? You know, where did it stop? You're confident enough to have a partner, to have your family, to run a home, to sometimes work and do. Where did it all go? Because we start with confidence, and adolescence can remove it. Then we bounce back. Then it starts to go, and you get this "I'm invisible" age. So, how do you create confidence if it's tricky? You're probably the wrong person to ask, because I think you were probably born confident.
I think I always had that sort of like, what if, why not attitude. Like, just give it a go. Like, you know, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to say no. That's going to be the worst thing. But then, you know, I had a few relationships that sort of like knocked me back. Like my marriage, you know, he was quite controlling. And when I ended that marriage, you know, I had no confidence. I was a broken person. And I decided to leave the country, Australia, come to London where I knew nobody.
Thank God she did. Hey.
And change my career. I was a hairdresser and changed my career to a makeup artist, self-taught, and thought, well, I'll just give it a go. You know, and I can remember, you've just got to make the effort, because I remember when I was living in this little flat down in Chelsea. I think it was like £50 a month or something.
Gosh.
And I would go to work on a Friday, and then from a Friday to a Monday, I wouldn't speak to anyone because I didn't have any friends here yet. And I knew then that, right, you know, I've got to go out there and I've got to make friends. So I have to make the first move. I have to invite people out. You know, you've got to push yourself.
Oh my God, to go to another country and start anew takes so much, so brave.
Yeah.
Resilient.
I've never done it. Yeah, resilience. But what you were saying, and I'm sure so many people watching, you know, the end of a relationship can just shred you, actually literally shred you. And then you look back retrospectively and you just think, what on earth?
I know. I know.
If I had a daughter, I'd just say, it's the rite of passage. Yes. You know, move on, they're idiots. Just go on to the next one. Ruby, you are really doing something fascinating.
On social media, I've done this thing where it's on my Instagram, and it's 100 days of confidence. So everyone just assumes I'm confident all the time, but I'm human. I have my low bits, and just being confident doesn't mean you can't be vulnerable, or you can't ask for help, or you can't we're not super women. So I thought, let's do 100 days of confidence. So if every day there'll be some little nugget. It's not always about makeup. It's some things about clothes. Sometimes it's just taking a moment for yourself. It's very interesting, and I'm really glad I've done something on a very simple level. But everyone then comes back to me and says, I love that, what you're doing. And I thought, okay, I hit the nail there.
I'm desperate to look at it now. We'll have a look at it after this. But you, like Val, like all of us, we've got histories of, you know, lots of chapters in your life, Ruby, which we won't go into. They could have literally chipped away at you, so that.
But they did chip away. They did chip away, and I think all of us, you have an essence. It's not just a physical energy. We have a spiritual energy. We have things that we take from other people, but in the end, we have got a little seed of a light of whatever, and you mustn't be the one that tramples that. This tiny spark.
Don't let the light dim.
You cannot let somebody else squash that.
So true.
Mustn't.
Lucy.
Definitely, each thing that happens, and they can be life-changing things that happen to you. It does, but it also gives you a sense of who you are, what's important, what are your values. And I think that innate confidence comes with going through all those things. So I think now, being in the middle of peri or menopause, whatever I'm in the middle of, I think you have days where it's not that you have a lack of confidence, but that it's overwhelm. So you look at all the things you have to do and you think, which one do I do? I can't do any of them. And you think, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't do any of those things today. And I think breaking those things down then into bite-sized chunks, for me, is the way forward.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Ruby and Val, you've worked close with supermodels who just blow our minds, basically. To think, you know, they're just, well, nature's been very kind to these beautiful people. Do you see lack of confidence in them ever? Does it come out when they're in the makeup chair?
Sometimes, yes, because we all have insecurities.
They're human.
They're
human, so okay.
And, you know, like Helen Mirren taught me this. You know, like you look in the mirror and you see, you're like, oh, there's another wrinkle. Oh, yes, I do need to go and see the dentist. Like, should I get some more Botox? So you're doing all this self-doubt to yourself. And Helen Mirren, you know, she sort of said to me, like, yes, you know, I am who I am, of the age that I am. But when I look in the mirror, I smile. And when you smile, all of a sudden, you feel a bit happier.
Yeah.
I mean, you smile a lot, all the time.
I paid a fortune for my teeth, so I'm really boringly happy. I am happy, annoyingly happy. But it also, you do look younger. If you see yourself in repose, you look a lot older, actually.
Yes.
Who wants to be Debbie Downer? We don't have to be. If you fake it, even if you're feeling it, and you go, and I read something years ago that when you're on the phone, even when you want to really say, you just go, hello, and you know your voice might be whatever, but do it when you're smiling.
Yeah.
Apparently, it registers a different way for some reason, and you might get more with the sugar and honey than you do with a bit of acid.
In radio, they always say broadcast with a smile, even though you could be spitting pips.
Whatever. It works.
Right, finally, and I can't wait for this. I want to know what you're all loving at the moment. Val, you mentioned a book when you came in, which the producers actually read, and I've not even heard of it.
What I'm loving at the moment is The Names. It's by Florence Knapp. It's a fantastic read. I would say that it is the best book that I've read in 2025 so far.
Wow.
When do you have time to read, Val?
I read in the back of a taxi. I read first thing in the morning. I read last thing at night. I am voracious with reading. I probably read at least one book a week.
Wow.
I'm in a book club.
So
I love it. And it's my way of going on an adventure and switching off.
Yes.
So, you know, when it's a great book, that's brilliant. But when it's an okay book, it feels like a waste of time. And now, at the age that I am now, I won't read the book right to the end if it's not grabbing me.
No time.
There's let's not waste time. Let's not waste
Part
time.
of growing old, don't finish a book if it's crap.
exactly.
Love that.
I might have to adjust that because I always said, like a film or a book, before you can criticise it, you have to read it page to the end. So then I feel I can say that was a pile of shit because I've read it to the end. But now she gives me confidence. I might think, all right, I'm not going to waste the time.
I love it. Right, Ruby. What
For me, I think it's one of those. I don't know if it's Netflix or something, but it's her fault
I'm
or something
watching
like that.
as well.
Is it not her fault? Or is it her fault?
I don't know
It's
what
all her fault?
It's all her fault.
It's all her
okay, all her
fault,
fault.
and it's about the mother going to pick up a kid from somebody's house, and then after 2 minutes they're going, yes, hello, who are you? What? No, she goes, I've just come to pick up, and then no, there's no kid here, there's no this, no that, and then when you backtrack from that, your heart sinks in that first minute where you're like, what do you mean?
Every mother's nightmare.
And then it starts. Every human's nightmare.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
yes, all right, that's a kid, and yes, it manifests in that way. But just that to think, I've come to the right place. I've come that. What do you mean? There's that. So it just goes on.
So it's all her fault.
Exactly.
For the
I
winter
can't wait
months.
to watch the end now.
Enthralled. I binge watched. I'm sorry. But I'm not-
Sarah Snood, I would follow her to the ends of the earth. I think she's wonderful. Lucy,
I am loving the podcast called Hormones and Handstands. So it is Pippa Campbell, who knows everything there is to know about hormones, and Victoria Woodall. So obviously, journalist, knows everything there is to know about the wellness space, and yoga teacher. And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was about progesterone. I know that all you ladies have gone through this, but I'm in it, and so I was listening to that, and it was just really, really interesting. It's light-hearted, it's interesting, great ladies. It's good.
Hormones and Handstands.
Hormones and Handstands.
Mine is, and I think only Val will know it, it's a book written about Granny Takes a Trip, which was a shop on the King's Road in the 70s. Granny Takes a Trip, and it was where you'd buy all your clothes, very similar to what Val's wearing. So that's
Vampire's Wife.
Vampire's Wife, which is based on Granny Takes a Trip. So
Yeah.
you can hardly get them now, they're vintage, but it's an amazing, it's all about when the shop was full of the Rolling Stones and rock chicks and probably Val Garland and me peering into it. Yeah, I was 3. Oh my gosh, girls. That's it. I've loved it. Have you loved it?
I've loved it.
We are so thankful that you tuned in. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please leave a comment because I sit up all night answering the comments for as much as I can. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Say goodbye, girls. Bye. Bye. Bye.